Good morning, Bobcats, and happy Friday. I don't know about you, but my week has been wonky. I hope you enjoyed your day off yesterday, your fall holiday. Today is Friday, otherwise known as Gold Day here at Buck Lake Elementary School. Thank you for joining me this morning. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Today is Friday, October the 4th, and it's Special Area Day 6. That's Special Area Day 6. Let's check on our weather forecast for this Friday. We're going to have cloudy skies and a low 72 and a high of 87. I'm hearing talk that maybe in a week or so we might start to get cooler weather. I don't know about you, but I'm ready for that. Today in the Buck Lake cafeteria, Miss Shirley and her staff will be serving chicks and cheese, grilled cheese, steamed broccoli, black-eyed peas, fresh fruit or fruit juice, white chocolate or strawberry milk. Are you using a clear voice and making sure you're not pointing? Are you going through the line as quickly as you can? Are you following directions of the adults? If not, you need to do that. Hey, we've been talking about courage. The definition of courage is the ability to face fear or danger or the ability to do something difficult even when it's hard or there's a risk. And we talked about some jobs that you have to have a lot of courage for, right? All of our community helpers, all of our military, but sometimes on a day-to-day basis, just regular old people have to show courage. And you know, one of the things I just thought of was our children who are fighting and battling cancer, which we've been raising money for. They have to show courage, right? It's a lot. It's a lot for a grown-up to battle and fight cancer, let alone a child. So they might be the most courageous of all. And so today is Go Gold Day. We'll talk a little bit about that in just a moment. We can't wait to see all of our doors and windows decorated. If your classes participated in that, we can't wait to see them. Let's see who's celebrating a Bobcat birthday. Yesterday, Colton Miller in Miss Akos' class celebrated his birthday. Ben in Miss Widener's class. And today, Dean in Miss Davis's class. Listen, the schedule has gone out for when we're going to watch the movie. I can't wait. We can't wait. Now, so don't forget to return your permission slip as soon as you can. If you don't have that, you're not going to be able to go. Also, there's a $4 charge, and if we get we will be getting popcorn, their little snack pack for the movie, because I don't know why, but a lot of friends were worried about that. I referenced our courageous cancer fighters, our children, and listen, I want to thank you all, to all of our students who donated to the B-Bowl Go Gold campaign. I'm going to tell you, we had a lot of children from kindergarten, first grade, second grade, and third grade who came through. We had some from fourth and fifth grade, but we had a lot from this side of the campus, and we thank you for that. We're going to be turning in the money today, and so I'll try and get a good count to share with you how much we were able to raise. Our kindness mission this week was to help someone learn something new, right? So if you haven't had a chance to do that, maybe the weekend would be a perfect time. I want to welcome in the kindness queen, and that's Miss Molinax with this week's Terrific Kids.
Good morning, Bobcats. I have a lot of terrific kids to share with you today from over the last 2 weeks. So we're going to get started with Kylie Cure from Miss Ishley Gatchell's room. And this says, Kylie is bubbly, friendly, and helpful. She is always willing to let others join her in play. She is a great friend and listener. Good job. From Miss Darden's room, we have Emma Darling, and this says, Emma is kind to others and makes us laugh. She is a hard worker and loves to help her friends. Way to go, Emma. From Mrs. Shank's room, we have Bonnie, and this says, Bonnie is a terrific addition to our class. She is kind, helpful, and a hard worker. Good job. From Mrs. Kerner's room, we have Logan Temple. This says, Logan is working hard in kindergarten. He is funny, kind, and a hard worker. Keep up being terrific. Also from Mrs. Kerner's room, we have Avery Timmis, and this says, Avery is a sweet girl. She is helpful, kind, and considerate of others. Avery has had a fantastic start to kindergarten, and we're so glad she's in our class. Great job. From Mrs. McDermott's room, we have Emery Doroteo, and this says, Emery is a hard worker and a kind friend. Good job. From Mrs. Oschlager's room, we have Audrey Phillips, and this says, Audrey is our terrific kid this week because she puts forth so much effort in her daily work. Good job. From Miss Soper's room, we have Kai White, and this says, Kai is very kind and caring. She is always willing to give of herself and to be a helper to her classmates and teacher. Kai has a heart of gold. We are so fortunate she is a part of our class. Good job, Kai. From Mrs. Howell's room, we have Shrestha Sisla, and this says, Shrestha is our terrific kid because of her positive attitude and willingness to help. She is a hard worker and loves to read chapter books. Shrestha always follows directions the very first time. Great job. Also from Miss Soper's room, we have Mira Supersow, and this says, Mira is a wise soul. She is empathetic and considerate of her classmates. She is a very graceful singer and is creative with her writing and drawings. She is a very good listener and loves to cooperate with her classmates. We're so blessed to have Mira with us as a part of our class. Good job. From Mrs. Threadgill's room, we have Gabe Sessions, and this says, Gabe is a friend to all. He enjoys being around others and chatting with his friends. He can be a good helper when someone is in need. Great. From Ms. Dameron's room, we have Cameron Clappus, and this says, Cameron is an amazing bobcat. She has a big heart and is kind to everyone, and I'm so glad she's in our class this year. Good job. From Mrs. Davis's room, we have Brenna Zadra, and this says, we're so happy to have Brenna as our next terrific kid. Brenna is smart, kind, and very thoughtful. She comes to school every day ready to learn, and her positive attitude always brightens our day. Way to go, Brenna. You are terrific. From Mrs. Stark's room, we have Camille Blunden, and this says, Camille was voted as our terrific kid this week. Camille is such a kind and caring student. She always gives her best and participates in our class discussions. She is a great friend to her classmates, and we're so lucky she's in our class. Good job. From Ms. Bowie's room, we have Harrison Scott, and this says, Harrison is a great addition to our classroom. He's kind, funny, and helpful. He gets excited about learning and sharing with his classmates. Good job. From Mrs. Connor's room, we have William Van Gordon, and this says, William is our terrific kid. He is responsible and kind, and she appreciates all William brings to the classroom. Keep up the great work. Good job. From Mrs. Schmidt's room, we have Maura Buchanan, and this says, Maura was chosen as our terrific kid because she is a hard worker and she's kind to all. Wonderful. All right, from Mrs. Schrader's room, we have Adeline Van Vliet, and this says, Adeline was voted terrific kid because of her kindness. She is caring and thoughtful toward her peers and extremely helpful. We are so happy to have her in our class. All right, from Miss Williams' room, we have Paisley Purvines. This says, Paisley is working very hard this year. She enjoys coming to class each day and is always prepared. Paisley is a wonderful friend and makes sure everyone feels included. That's wonderful. From Mrs. B's room, we have Cedric Reed, and this says, Cedric is one of the sweetest and kindest students. He is always the calm in the storm. He is a wonderful friend and a fantastic student, and he works hard in all he does, and we are so thankful to have him this year. Good job. All right, from Miss Anderson's room, we have Sareem Khan, and this says, Sareem is a polite and respectful student. He often demonstrates strong work ethic and consistently puts his best foot forward. He actively participates and contributes valuable insights. He shows enthusiasm for learning and embraces challenges with a positive attitude. Well done. Good job. From Ms. Gower's room, we have Wildgina Perry. And this says, Wildgina is a pleasure to have in class. She gets along with her peers and tries very hard in her classes. Thank you for being awesome. Good job. From Mrs. Moses's room, we have Anastasia Yu, and this is, Anastasia is kind to all and always willing to help. She arrives with a smile and a positive attitude. Thankfully, she reminds Mrs. Moses when she forgets things like filling out the after-school sheet. Anastasia is a pleasure to have in class. Good job. Also from Mrs. Moses' class, we have Zach Pettis. And this says, Zach is a sweet young man. He is kind and always willing to help his classmates. He comes to school with a positive attitude and is a true role model for his peers. Good job. All right, and last today, but certainly not least, we have Vihan Dumpa from Mrs. Widener's room. And this says, Vihan has a positive attitude and goes out of his way to help his table mates. He consistently is one of the first to follow directions and is always willing to help others when finished. All right, that's a whole bunch of terrificness right there. Stay tuned and you will see all of their smiling faces, and I will catch you back next week with more terrific kids. Bye.
That's all for today, Bobcats. Remember to purr, be prepared, be upstanding, be responsible, and always be respectful. And in case we don't see you, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.